A Styles Clash!
The wrestling world is buzzing again, and this time, it's not about a shocking return in the ring, it's about the man who built the ring itself. With John Cena's final WWE match set for December 13th in Washington, D.C., rumors are flying that Vince McMahon might show up for one last curtain call. For a man who hasn't appeared on WWE television since his resignation from TKO Group in early 2024, the possibility of seeing Vince back, even for a brief moment, feels surreal. And maybe even a little unsettling, but the whispers are growing louder. And with sources like Brian Alvarez and Sean Ross Sapp reporting it, fans can't help but wonder if the boss is really stepping back into the spotlight for Cena's farewell. The end of the road for John Cena. John Cena's farewell tour has been one of the most emotional runs WWE has ever produced. After announcing at Money in the Bank 2024 that his 2025 season would be his final one, Cena has spent the year doing what he does best. That is, stealing shows, building moments, and saying goodbye to some of his greatest rivals. At WrestleMania 41, he defeated Cody Rhodes to win a record-breaking 17th world title, officially surpassing Ric Flair's long-held record. It wasn't just another championship win, it felt symbolic, a passing of the torch from one era to another, a moment that perfectly summed up Cena's legacy. And now, it all comes down to Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. Originally, fans assumed Cena's last match would happen in his hometown of Boston. But WWE switched gears, reportedly to make it a grander televised spectacle. Some believe it's because of the rumored guest list, which includes a potential collection of wrestling royalty, former presidents, and maybe even the man who started it all. Vince McMahon, the shadow over WWE. Vince McMahon hasn't been part of the public WWE picture for almost 2 years. After his 2022 retirement amid scandal, and later his brief return in 2023 to orchestrate WWE's sale to Endeavor, Vince quietly stepped away again in early 2024. His official resignation from TKO Group followed the highly publicized Janelle Grant lawsuit, marking what many assumed was the final chapter of his decades-long reign. But now, the rumors say he might be attending Cena's farewell match. Not as a businessman, not as an executive, but as a spectator, or maybe something more symbolic. According to reports from Fightful Select, there's active internal discussion about McMahon being invited to the event. While there's no confirmation he'll appear on camera, his presence backstage would carry massive weight. After all, Cena and Vince's history is intertwined. We have all heard about how Stephanie discovered Cena's rapping skills. However, it was Vince who was one of Cena's earliest believers, the man who personally approved the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick, when a young, struggling Cena was just weeks away from being let go. For Cena's final match, a night that essentially closes the curtain on the Ruthless Aggression era, having Vince there would feel like the end of an era, not just for Cena, but for the version of WWE he helped define. Of course, the idea of Vince stepping into the public eye again isn't without controversy. Many fans and even wrestlers believe that after the lawsuits and the damage to his reputation, his return would overshadow the very tribute meant for Cena. Still, the thought of Vince and Cena sharing one final handshake or nod on camera, that's the kind of television WWE has built its empire on. The Cena fact: legacy meets closure. There's another reason this rumor has traction, and that is John Cena himself. Cena has always been fiercely loyal to the people who helped him, and despite all of Vince's controversies, the two have remained close. Cena has defended Vince publicly more than once, calling him a father figure in interviews, and even said, "I wouldn't be where I am without him." If there's any event that could tempt Vince McMahon out of retirement, it's this one. Cena's farewell isn't just another wrestling show. It's the culmination of 20 years of storytelling, loyalty, and legacy. At last weekend's Saturday night's main event, Cena revealed that his final opponent will be determined through a 16-person tournament called the Last Time Is Now tournament. Wrestlers from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and even outsiders have been teased as potential entrants. The final match could pit Cena against a legend, a current star, or someone from the past making a one-night comeback, the kind of mystery that fuels speculation and makes every episode leading up to the finale must-see television. The entire setup feels like classic Vince booking with big names, nostalgia, stakes, and spectacle. Whether or not he's involved behind the scenes, his influence seems impossible to escape. Why does the rumor make sense? If we take a step back, the timing of this rumor makes perfect sense. Cena's final match marks the end of a WWE era Vince personally built. Even if he's not the face of the company anymore, his fingerprints are still on everything that happens under the TKO umbrella. Add to that the rumor that Donald Trump, one of Vince's oldest friends and longtime WWE associates, could also attend the event, and you have a setting that screams McMahon production. McMahon hasn't been spotted at any wrestling-related events since early 2024, but insiders have hinted that he still maintains quiet communication with key WWE staff, especially during major creative milestones. Cena's final match could be the one moment where McMahon breaks his silence, steps back into the arena, and pays tribute to the man who carried WWE through some of its toughest years. Marvelous verdict. Whether Vince McMahon walks into the arena that night or not, his shadow will loom over John Cena's last match. Their connection runs too deep, their legacies too entwined to separate, and maybe that's exactly how it should end. The final chapter of one man's legendary in-ring career, possibly witnessed by the man who made him a star in the first place. If the rumors are true, December 13th won't just mark Cena's farewell. It might quietly mark Vince McMahon's too. What do you think? Will he show up? Let us know in the comments below. I will see you in the next one.